Fantastic. You were invited by someone. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, that's the power of connections, right? Of collaboration, is that you have somebody who invited you, and we're so excited that you're here. Before we get into this presentation, I want to share with you what it is, you know, why you're here, and then you get to decide, you know, if you want to end up working with us or not on this particular project that we have going on. We have a lot of projects going on, but this presentation today is specifically for unstoppable, fearless female entrepreneurs achieving success through personal development. So who is this for? This is for those who are entrepreneurs, those who are females who are entrepreneurs, and those who want to make a greater impact on the planet. So if you fit one of the three of those, then you're in the right place for sure, preferably all three, because this is who we work with. We work mostly with women. I'd say probably about 98, 90%, 99% of our clients are females. The other, 1 to 2% are males. So again, if you're a female, you're an entrepreneur, you want to make a greater impact on the planet with your message, with your story, then you are definitely in the right place today. My name is Linda Sunshine West. I'm the founder and CEO of Action Takers Publishing. Our mission is to empower 5 million women and men to share their stories with the world to make a greater impact on the planet. Sally, go and introduce yourself.
Got to unmute first. Hi, I'm Sally Green. I am the Vice President of Author Development at Action Takers Publishing, and I help the authors, once they get into a book, develop the story and create that impact. So I'm really excited to be able to share this with everyone.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what I think is important about that piece right there, Sally, is that a lot of people don't really know where to start. I'm not a writer, that's why I brought Sally on the team as far as the author development, because this is her specialty. I'm not a writer, I'm a publisher, I'm not a writer. And so coming up with my own stories and how to write them, it's always helpful to have somebody on the outside to help us to get our story, to help us know how to craft it, how to just share it out there into the world, how to make the impact with our story. There's so many different elements to our story. So I'm going to ask you this question right now, and you can write it in the chat or not. This is up to you. But are you ready to share your story and your message with the world? Are you ready to get that message out into the world to make a greater impact on the planet? If so, this is definitely a place for you. I'm ready, and I'm going to keep sharing it over and over and over again, different stories, different messages. I have so many different elements of my own life. And how am I going to get them out there? It's by taking the steps to make that happen. So I'm actually, today I am not going to do a big screen share where it shows up on my entire screen. I just decided I'm not going to do that, because a lot of times when that happens, I can't see the chat. So I do want to be able to see the chat today. I'm just going to make my way through. We're going to slog through it just like the old-fashioned way. So there's two different ways to go about, writing your story and get your message in the world. One is by being a solo author, where you write the book, publish it yourself. You don't have to do all the work. There are other people who do that work for you, or you can do it all by yourself. But it's your book, your story, your message, and there's nobody that you're collaborating with. The other way is a collaborative author. Sally, at any time, if you want to stop me to add to this, just go ahead and raise your hand real quick, because I will be able to see you out of the corner of my eye. And then just to let me know that you would like to share, because otherwise, me, I'm a runaway freight train and I will keep going. So if anytime, just do that. Okay. So solo versus collaborative author. What is the difference? There's many, many differences. We're going to share those with you right here in this presentation. I'm going to share with you the value of being in a collaborative book, as well as the value of being a solo author. You're putting your own message out there in your own book. So there are 3 things that make authors successful. One of those is by actually publishing your book. It's said that 24% of the world's population ever writes a book, and of that 24%, only 3% ever publish their book. So the publishing of the book is really important piece of that author aspect, because when you write the book, you're a writer. When you publish it, you're an author. The difference, if you think about the word authority, it starts with the word author. is through being an author that elevates our authority. It shares our message with the world on a grander scale. So actually publishing your book, your message, your story, and getting it out there is that really important piece in order to elevate you as the value that you have to offer the planet and the expert that you are. Another thing that makes authors successful is by having a marketing plan. How do we as Action Takers Publishing, how have we published 25 #1 international best-selling books, 25 in the last 22 months? We have a marketing plan. We know what we're doing. We get our message out there, and our plan works like clockwork. We have the system down. We know what to do. So we have the marketing plan, and that's how our books have become successful to date. Every single one to date, #1 international best-selling book. And another thing that makes authors successful is by having a monetization plan. How are you going to make money with your book? This is one of the things that we teach on in our courses, and by becoming an author of ours, you actually get access to our course, how to write, publish, market, and monetize your book the fast, fun, and easy way. You have 100% access to that at any time, and there's no additional cost for you in order to join that process. So then next we have, what are some of the challenges? Some of the challenges of writing your own book are that you don't have enough time to write the whole book. Maybe you don't know where to start. Maybe you don't know what your message is. You don't know how to get your message onto paper. These are all things that Sally helps you with at Action Takers Publishing. So you don't have time to write the whole book, but a lot of times really the thing that's stopping us is we don't know how to get started, where to start, how to get the message out there. What's the message that we're going to, convey to the readers? And there's so many different elements to it, but not enough time to write the whole book. The next one is that you don't know how to market yourself. You don't know how to get your message out there. You've got the story, you've got the message, you've got the authority, you know what you're doing, you're helping people, but how are you marketing yourself? I've met countless authors who have written a book and don't ever market it. Don't ever market it because they don't know how. That's all. You just don't know how to market that message and get it out there. This is one of the things that we specialize in at Action Takers Publishing. Another challenge is you don't know how to make money with your book. I wrote the book, that's awesome, but how am I going to make money from it? One of the things that we teach is 10 ways to make money with your book. There's a lot more than 10 ways, but the 10 ways that we teach is that's kind of like the thing that we mainly focus on is that way. So Sally, are you raising your hand or no? No? Okay. I saw you touching your head and I was like, that's not raising your hand, but maybe she is, maybe that's her clue that she's raising her hand. Okay, so what are some of the alternatives? Some of the alternatives, to writing your own book. First thing is Maya Angelou says, there's no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. There's no greater agony because you wanted to get the story out there, but you didn't know what steps to take, how to get it out there, what message you wanted to share. And so one of the alternatives is to just never write your book and then die with that story inside of you. I know for some people like Sally always wanted to be an author, always since she was little. There are many, many people I've met along the journey who always wanted to be an author, but they didn't know where to start. And so taking this step by being here today is one of the first steps to take, is to find out what are the different alternatives. Another alternative is that you can hire a ghostwriter. This is a person who typically a ghostwriter will interview you, ask you your story, your message, who do you want to impact? They ask you a bunch of questions. They interview you about your story, and then they get busy writing your story, and their name is never seen. That's why it's called a ghostwriter, but it's your message, and then you get your book out there. But even though you've written it, you still need to publish it. This is, again, 24% write it, but only 3% ever publish it. So hiring a ghostwriter is a great route to take to get your story written and get it out there. A reputable ghostwriter can be anywhere between $40,000 to $70,000 US, for writing your book. You can find them cheaply on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, but just realizing that you do sacrifice quality. Will you possibly find a good ghostwriter for $3,000, $4,000? Yes, it's possible, but do you know the quality that you're going to get? You do sacrifice quality in that. It's like a needle in a haystack. You can go out to Fiverr and you can say, hey, I would like to find a ghostwriter to write my book. And then you find one. And sometimes actually what happens on Fiverr, I've seen this, it's happened to me. They actually ghost you. So they don't ever come back. They don't ever finish what they started. It's a crapshoot. So how are you going to find that good ghostwriter that's really going to do a great job for you? And it's aligning with people who know what they're doing, who have the people for you. The next one is to write your own book. You can write your own book. You don't have to hire a ghostwriter. Where are you going to start? What message are you going to share out there? Again, our course teaches you how to do that. That's a $500 course. You can sign up for that $500 course where we teach you how to write, publish, market, and monetize your book for $500. Or you could start on your own and try to figure it out. Like, what are the steps that I need to take in order to do that? Well, writing your own book includes, organizing the chapters, coming up with the content, knowing who your target audience is, what's the message that you want to get out to them. Are you going to write nonfiction? Are you going to write fiction? Are you going to write comedy and Western or Western? Where did it come up from that? I don't know. Mysteries. What are you going to write? But it does take a lot of time from start to finish, unless you know what you're doing. When I wrote my book that I launched recently called Do It Because You're Scared, I was able to sit down and write that book in 13 and a half hours. And the reason I was able to do that is because I know my message clear as a bell. I've been speaking about that message for 8.5 years. It was easy for me to come up with the content. It was easy for me to come up with the outline. It wasn't easy to write it, but I knew what I was doing. I've been teaching this now for several years. I've been teaching it and I was able to sit down and do it. I had that book written, published, and in hand in 5 days. I was shocked myself that I actually had it in hand in 5 days, because I haven't seen anything like that happen before. But now I do know that that is possible. But I know everything that I'm doing. I know. And so here's the thing, is like, you can write and publish your own book. So this is 100 little peoples. And of that, there's 24 of those little peoples who ever wrote their own book. And then, as I mentioned earlier, only 3% of the 24% ever published their book. So this is actually 3% of 100. So this is 3% of people, but it's really only 3% of those who write their book that actually publish it. So the next thing is there's an alternative, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Alternative is to become part of a collaboration book. Helen Keller says, alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. One of the things I love about the collaboration books is that power of collaboration, of coming together to share our story, our message. And Sally, if you'll unmute yourself, I would love for you to share. You have a quote that we should actually put in this PowerPoint presentation, your quote of collaboration book. So why don't you share your quote? Because I absolutely love it.
Yeah, well, I started out in a collaboration book about 3 years ago, and being part of that, connecting with the people, really changed my life. And so one of the things I say, because I started that one and then I got into another one, and it's been, I think I just did my 12th collaboration book, is that being in these collaboration books is like opening a bag of potato chips. You can't stop at just one. So it's great to be able to just keep going and sharing different parts of your life, different parts of your story in each one of these collaboration books.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I myself started off with collaboration book as well. I'm now a 26 times #1 international best-selling author. I've been in a lot of other people's collaboration books, and I bring that knowledge of how the other collaboration books are run into this company here, Action Takers Publishing, in order to share the different things that were missing in those different books I was in, that I felt like I was a little bit shortchanged. And so we incorporate all that stuff into our publishing company. So being part of collaboration books, it's not only something that we do, it's something we are. We are both in a lot of collaboration books. We love this space for sure. The collaboration book creates connection. It's connection to other people so that you can make a greater impact on the planet. Also, there's a collaboration. Oh, there we go. The little PowerPoint there. Little collaboration going on. You're connecting with other people, again, through those the connections and the collaborations, so that you can make a greater impact. Then we have, with the collaboration book, you also share the costs. Like I shared the cost just of like if you wanted to hire a ghostwriter earlier, but if you want to write your own book, there are a lot of costs involved. There's the proofreading, the editing, the formatting, the cover design. There's doing, making sure that the book looks good, getting it out there, the publishing aspect of it, creating the marketing materials, creating the content for that. There's a lot of time involved in creating these collaboration books, getting yourself on different platforms, different podcast interviews, creating a launch day campaign. How do you hit #1 international bestseller? It's through the collaboration. And then we also, with the collaboration books, your opportunity is to share the cost so you don't have that full expense of writing your own book and doing everything yourself. There's also the marketing plan. We have that in place. Our marketing plan is rock solid. That's how we've been able to, publish 25 #1 international best-selling books in 22 months. It's through that marketing plan that we have. So it's a simple 4-step process is that you would choose a book. Today, we're talking about a specific book, which is Unstoppable, Fearless Female Entrepreneurs Achieving Success Through Personal Development. I'm getting that title down. We have so many books that we work on that sometimes I forget the titles, but eventually it comes around. And anyway, it's Unstoppable, Fearless Female Entrepreneurs Achieving Success Through Personal Development. So you would choose a book. That would be the book you would choose today if you choose to go through with us. We also have other books as well. Then you would make your payment. We're going to share with you the cost involved with being in this particular collaboration book. You start writing, and then you become a best-selling author. One of the things we hear from the vast majority of our clients with the testimonials is you guys made it so easy. Like literally all I did is I write my chapter and you guys did all the rest of the work. So what we do is we help you by sharing with you all the steps that need to happen in order to make this happen. We do collaborate with each other. We share with you all the content, all the social media, marketing images, as well as email images and content for you to literally, you just copy and paste. Copy and paste. We make it as simple as possible for our clients. Our motto is that we make publishing fast, fun, and easy. This isn't our motto. This is the motto that our clients gave to us through all the testimonials that we've received. And we took those 3 words like, wow, these are really the pillar of what we do for people, is we make it fast, fun, and easy for them. So the next thing is to ensure quality. What we do is we do proofread and edit every single chapter that comes in through Action Takers Publishing. And then we work with you on making sure that you are ecstatic with your chapter. It's not like a one-time thing. Like if you get it back and you're like, oh, I want this change and that change, we make those changes for you. We want to make sure that every single chapter that goes through our company has been proofread and edited. And not only that, but has been approved by our authors, because your energy is in that book and the other author's energy is in that book. And when everybody can say, I'm ecstatic with my chapter, we know it's time to move forward with that. We also have a system in place that we use. When you write your chapter, we have a form that you fill out. You fill out that form. It's a one-time thing. You give us all the information that we need, from the dedication that you want to dedicate your chapter to your chapter. We ask you for your social media information. We ask you for your mailing address. So when it's time to mail copies to you, we have that information from you. And then once you have submitted that form, literally, you sit back and you wait for us to do the magic that makes it happen. Then we also create all of the marketing materials. As I mentioned, we create some coming soon marketing materials. We also, what we do is we go through your chapter and we take quotes out of your chapter that we're like, well, this is a really good quote. We're going to include this in the marketing materials. And we create all those marketing materials, share them with you as well as the other authors. We post the marketing materials as well on our social media and our email to get your message out there into the world. In addition to that, we keep you abreast of all the steps that are happening. And in relation to the marketing, is we do our best to get you scheduled for as many interviews as possible from other people's platforms. Our mission is to get your message out there, your story out there. The book is a conduit for everything that we do. It's not all we do. This last book that we published, we had 5 interviews scheduled, 5 interview opportunities for you to get your story out there in different people's platforms, for you to make other connections with other people who have their own stories, their own messages their own podcasts, their own interview platforms. So we provided those opportunities for our authors, 5 different opportunities to get their messages out there. So what we do with every single book is we reach out to our community and say, hey, do you have a platform that you have availability to interview our authors? If they say yes, then we provide that opportunity for you. So as I mentioned, this is in order for us to get your message into as many people as possible, because our mission is to get your story out there. The book is just the beginning with us. The other thing is that in order to ensure that quality, we help you become a best-selling author. As I mentioned, 100% of our books to date are #1 international best-selling books. We don't guarantee the #1 international best-selling spot, but we shoot for it. And we have all the systems in place in order to make that happen. And I can imagine just as we get bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger and better, that's just going to increase. It's going to be a lot faster, a lot easier for us to do that. To date, we have published 433 #1 international best-selling authors. And that's just within the last, well, now it's been 23 months now, in the last 23 months. So we're on a mission to get your message out there into the world to make a greater impact on the planet. The only requirements is that the story that we have, we want you to be a fit for that story, and we want the story to be a fit for you. And when I say that, I mentioned the book Unstoppable: Fearless Female Entrepreneurs Achieving Success Through Personal Development. Do you have a personal development story that you're using, the personal development journey that you've been on throughout the years, however long it's been? Do you use that in your business? Do you use that in your business? That's your success. The success is that you're using it. You're using that personal development in your business in order to make a greater impact on the planet. So if that's a story that you have, we want to hear that story. We want you to share that story with the world, again, to make a greater impact. It's all about the impact for us. Everything we do is about impact. We even hosting an event called Authors Impact Event. Like, that's how much impact is important to us here. Another thing is you have to have a desire to be part of the team's success. Do you want to be part of a winning team? Do you want to be part of a group of people who have your back? Do you want to be part of a group of people who rah together, rah shish kumbah together, right? We all come together because we know what we want. We know the difference that we want to make on the planet, and we come together in order to do that. Do you want to be part of that team, part of that success? And you must, this is a requirement. No icky betties in our group, not at all. You have to have a positive and uplifting attitude. I made a declaration for my own life back in 2014. And that was that I will spend the rest of my life having as much fun as possible, hanging out with positive and uplifting people who are making a positive impact on the planet. If there's anybody that's a negative Nelly or whatever, they're not in my life. I will just walk away. This is something took me a lot of years to get here to that place where I can feel confident enough to walk away. And so I will not spend any of my time. I will not muddy the waters at Action Takers Publishing. We only surround ourselves with positive and uplifting people. So if you're a positive and uplifting people who wants to be surrounded by positive and uplifting people, this is definitely an opportunity to do that. And then last one is you must make a commitment to yourself. What does that mean? What does that mean, Linda? What that means is you must commit to writing your story. You must commit to getting your message out there into the world where it will make a greater impact on the planet. I remember Cynthia, she was one of our authors in one of our earlier books. The book is called A Wellness for Winners. And when she came to us, she said, I'm just a housewife. Like, who wants to hear my story? I'm just a housewife. But she decided to go ahead and share her story in that book, Wellness for Winners. And what was so fascinating to see happen from that, I get a little bit emotional just thinking about it, because what happened from that, her saying yes, making a commitment to herself, she shared her story. We got her on, I think, 3 or 4 different interview opportunities. Prior to that, she had never been interviewed. She doesn't even have a business. So there was no reason for her to be doing any of this. But she decided, you know what, I'm going to dive full steam in. And she put both feet in. She got interviewed on, I think it was 3 different platforms. she was being interviewed on one platform and somebody saw her and was like, oh my God, I really love your story. I really love your message. Can I interview you on my podcast? Somebody reached out to her for her to be interviewed on their podcast. Next thing I knew, I saw Cynthia. She's like, I'm going to host a book signing event. So she hosted a book signing event. She sold 20 copies of her book. And then she reached back out to me and said, I need 20 more copies. The point here is that no matter where you think you are in your journey, or no matter where you are in your journey, no matter what you're thinking about this, your story does matter and it will make an impact on the planet. The question is, will you share your story? Will you put it out there? Will you make a commitment to you? This isn't a commitment to us. This isn't a commitment to Action Takers Publishing. This is a commitment to yourself on your message. So this is the book we're talking about today. Unstoppable, Fearless Female Entrepreneurs Achieving Success Through Personal Development. How do you know if you're fit for this book? Again, I mentioned, if you've been on a personal development journey or you have experienced any sort of personal development and you utilize that personal development in your entrepreneurial journey, that's what we're looking for. We want your story. We want that message. We want to hear the journey you've been on. I'm going to share my story and I cannot wait to share it because it's been an incredible journey, that's for sure. And personal development has been at the heart of every single thing I've done. It's through my own personal development story that I'm able to share my message today and stand here and say, you know, I'm confident in what I'm doing. It's through that personal development journey that I've done that. And so if you have that story, we would love to hear it in this book. You would go to actiontakerspublishing.com/author. That's how you'll get started with us. Now, these are the payment options. It's $1,500 if you pay in full. We do have payment options available. You can do 3 monthly payments at $550, 6 monthly payments at $285. But wait, there's more. Because we also have discount going on right now. We have a 30% off sale going. This is our summer sale. It's not one of those, you got to get in today to get that special. No, this sale goes through September 21st of 2023. However, if the book gets filled prior to that date, we're cutting it off. Like, we're not going to keep just adding people to the book just because people want to be in it. There is a cutoff. There's no more than 20 authors in this particular book. So we're looking for those 20 people. I think we have 9 spots left on it. I think we have 11. I think that's right, Sally, right? It's like 11. As of right now, August 9th, 2023, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. The reason I mentioned the time and the date is because this recording will go up on our website as a recording for people to watch and to join us. So as of this moment, we have 11 spots filled. We're looking for 9 more that we can fill. And this is the discount right now. So instead of paying $1,500 for pay in full, you would pay $1,050. So it's a 30% off. 30% off. The monthly payments also go down if you want to join us with a 30% off deal. And I will put the discount code on here right now because I just realized I didn't put the discount code. So use the discount code of summer30 to get that 30% off. It's also on our website. When you go there, you'll see it on our website. I mean, we're an open book, pun intended. We are an open book. You know, we'll share everything because I have nothing to hide. I'm not here to take people's money. I'm not here to convince you to do this at all. I'm here to get your story out there. If it's a fit, if it's a fit. If it's not a fit, it's not a fit. If this is the book, it's the book. If this is not the book, it's not the book. And that's okay. That's okay. We're here to make sure that whatever story that you want to share with the world, that you do share that story. That's what we're here to do. We want you to be part of the 3% who are part of making an impact with their story, getting their message out there. We do have some fast action bonuses, though. With that said, if you decide to join us today, now this is a today thing because we hosted the Unstoppable Fearless Female Entrepreneur Summit this last weekend. And during the summit, I said that they had to get into to take advantage of these fast action bonuses. They had to get in during the summit. And then I realized that, we're hosting a webinar on the 9th. And so I decided to extend it. So this fast action bonus is if you join us today, if you make that commitment today, that you will also have the opportunity to write your story in bold risks, big rewards. This is a book that we're putting together right now. This book will have 40 authors in it. 1,500 words. So you'll write up to 1,500 words in this book. You get everything that you get in all of our other books. Like all of our books, you get all the same thing. There's nothing special about like doing this book or that book. The cost, the only difference in the cost is the number of words. So this one's $750 value because it's 1,500 words. The Unstoppable book, this one here is 3,000 words. That's the only difference. It's just the number of words plus the story that you're sharing. So the story in this one will be like, have you ever taken any risk in your life, in your business? It doesn't have to be about business. It can be in your life. Maybe you decided to just like at age 18, you decided to up and move to a totally different continent without any money in your pocket. Like that's a bold risk, right? And then what were the rewards that you got on the other side of that? Share with us the rewards that you got on the other side. Again, this fast action bonus is if you join us in the Unstoppable book today. Also, a fast action bonus is if you jump into the Unstoppable book today, August 9th, 2023, by midnight today. You don't have to jump in right now during this webinar, but if you jump into it, I'm doing a drawing for everybody who is in the Unstoppable book. I'm doing a drawing to invite you as my guest at Secret Knock. This is an event that's held in San Diego, California. There's going to be one in Las Vegas. I don't have the dates for you. All I can tell you is this is something that if you have something else planned for that day, unless you're getting married, I would cancel those plans and attend this event as my guest. And this is a $5,000 value. This is an event where you will meet movers and shakers. The people who attend this event that help us, that the speakers at this event are people who are multimillionaires and billionaires. They're sitting in the room with you. They're eating lunch with you. They're eating dinner with you. They are at your disposal to talk to them. This isn't an event where they're speaking and then they go behind the green room and they don't talk to anybody. They are with us the whole time. So you have opportunity to connect with those people. So if you think about it, who is somebody that if I made a connection with that person, they could help me just catapult my business to the next level. If you think about that person, I'm not going to say that exact person will be at the event, but someone similar to that person will be at the event. I guarantee it, because this event is filled with, like you just name it, it's very eclectic group of people. The founder of UGG Boots, Sharon Lechter, the president of Mexico. There's movie stars. We have we had a woman, her name's Janisha, and she and I have become really good friends, that she is in the movie Black Panther. And so we've hit it off. She's a new entrepreneur and wanted to learn some things about entrepreneurship. And so she was asking me questions. So you never know who you're going to meet at Secret Knock, but I guarantee you that whoever you meet, it's going to be incredible if you make that commitment to yourself to connect with them. And since you're my guest, I will be introducing you to the people that you want to connect with. So you'll be there with me as my guest. That is not a guarantee. I'm doing a drawing. I will be picking two winners tomorrow morning. Somebody will win a ticket to Secret Knock with me, the $5,000 value, and somebody will win a ticket to an event called Prosperity Camp, a $7,500 value. Somebody's going to win that ticket as well as my guest. Again, this is the same event, sort of like Secret Knock. The only difference is that this Prosperity Camp is more intimate. There's less than like 75 people. At least last time there were less than 75. There might be 100 at the next one, but you will attend as my guest. And again, anybody you want to connect with, I will be happy to make that introduction for you. So you don't have to worry about, connecting with anybody. I will make it happen. So that's our presentation for today. Wanted to share that with you. Go to actiontakerspublishing.com/author and enter the discount code. Enter the discount code as summer30 at the checkout to get your 30% off. And Sally, what did I miss? I'm sure I missed something.
I think you hit it all. Yeah, that was great.
Man, I was prepared.
You were. This was great.
I was prepared. So I'm going to leave this on the screen, and just if you have any questions for us, go ahead and put them in the chat. We're happy to answer them. If you want to do a one-on-one call, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording right now, and I am going to do